The trio ventured to the edge of the kingdom, to a craggy hillside where a gaping cave, known as the Goblin's Maw, exhaled a foul stench. Kale clutched the small, fist-sized Terra golem in his hands, his heart pounding with a mix of fear and exhilaration. "Stay close, kid," Lynn grunted, his hand resting on the hilt of his ogre sword. "And try not to get us killed." The moment they stepped inside, shadows detached from the walls. Goblin scouts, their eyes gleaming with malice, leaped from the darkness. Before Kale could even yelp, Lynn was a blur of motion. His sword sang through the air, and the goblins fell without a sound. "Pathetic," Lynn scoffed. Sinju, meanwhile, moved like a wisp of smoke, his daggers appearing and disappearing as he disabled the remaining attackers. "Watch their movements, Kale," Sinju advised calmly. "Even the weakest foe can teach you something." They pressed deeper, the path ending abruptly at a solid rock wall. "Dead end," Lynn declared, raising a fist that crackled with energy. "Allow me." Sinju put a hand on his shoulder. "Patience. Brute force isn't always the answer." He nodded toward Kale. "Your turn, kid. What does your friend think?" Kale, remembering Sinju's lesson, knelt and placed his Terra golem on the ground. He closed his eyes, focusing on his bond with the creature. The golem's pebble eyes glowed, and it pattered over to a section of the wall, tapping it insistently. Kale pointed. "There, something's there." Lynn was skeptical, but upon inspection they found a loose stone that, when pressed, revealed a hidden passage. The passage opened into a vast cavern, lit by foul-smelling torches. On a throne of bone sat a goblin chieftain, a hulking brute of a creature, twice the size of a normal goblin, its body a mass of scars and crude iron armor. It roared upon seeing them, grabbing a massive, jagged axe. The battle was immediate and ferocious. Lynn and Sinju fought in perfect sync, their divine powers clashing against the chieftain's brutish strength. But the creature was relentless. It swatted Lynn aside, raising its axe for a final, crushing blow. "Do something!" Sinju yelled, parrying a blow from the chieftain's guards. Kale, frozen in fear, looked at his tiny golem. He knew it couldn't fight, but maybe— "Distract him!" Kale screamed. The Terra golem, sensing its master's desperation, scurried up the cavern wall and began pounding on a cluster of loose rocks. A small cascade of stones rained down on the chieftain's head. It wasn't enough to hurt him, but it was enough to make him flinch and look up in annoyance. That was all the opening Lynn needed. He lunged forward, his sword glowing, and ended the fight with a single decisive strike. As they emerged from the cave, blinking in the sunlight, Lynn clapped a heavy hand on Kale's shoulder. He didn't say anything, but the grudging nod he gave was worth more than any words of praise. Kale had faced his fear, used his unique skill, and saved the day. His adventure had truly begun.